Ladies and gentlemen, taking a quick look at Hand of Fate 2. I never played the first game, but this game came up a little bit in Discord regarding sort of those card game roguelike RPG type things. This game came up and I took a quick, brief look at it on the Steam store page and thought, this looks really interesting. So I decided I'd buy it and check it out. So here I am. But it looks like the type of thing where you build a deck that'll have a bunch of items and monsters and environments and events that happen into it. You put them all in a deck, and then the dealer plays out your sort of campaign using these cards. And I thought it was really interesting. I've been looking for sort of a deck building RPG type thing where you send in a hero and you've got these cards that you collect that adjust your equipment and what you have, and because there's a little bit of grindiness and farminess to get really cool cards. There's a little bit of that sort of, I guess, like a loot box sort of gambling type deal going on, where it's a little exciting, and yeah, I've been looking for it, and I thought maybe I'd do a quick look at this game, and if it's any good, I don't know. If people super duper love it, I'll do a series on it, but otherwise I'll throw it in for the Patreon vote type deal next time I do that after Stalker, probably.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Okay. Am I a boy or a girl? I think I'm a boy.
These cards represent your history and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
The Fool.
The Fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
I've stumbled many miles through this forest in search of the thieves who robbed me. Though exhausted and hungry, I'm determined to reclaim my father's amulet. I finally catch sight of the thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing among themselves. I'll keep my distance. Eventually, you notice movement further down the road. I remained hidden in the undergrowth. I soon spotted a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. Wow, that is an elaborate robbery. Oh my god. I will help the thieves with their extortion. Oh, I don't know. I'm usually the good guy though. Who's actually not the good guy typically when they play, especially like a tabletop thing? Who plays the asshole? I'm curious, let me know. Yeah, sleep to the defense. I draw my weapon with practiced skill. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. Very fancy. Thug. Violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. I don't know what I've got. I've got some club thing. Okay. Attack, defend, WSAD, Lock, break, space, left control is run, and F for finisher. Finisher? Finisher? And weapon ability. Okay. Okay, sure. Oh wow, okay. It'll take me a minute to get used to combat. I'm not used to playing games with this sort of combat system in it. Whoops. Okay, so that's our finisher. Oh no, a farmer died. I blocked too early. So you really have to follow the weapon prompts. Because it's very easy to try to block too fast or early. And I can't finish her whenever I want. Okay. Got it. The farmers fumble in their haversacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. Oh, some food. What? More food, I think. Some food and food. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not among the takings. Their leader must still have it. I set to my feet, determined to find him. Okay, so let's inventory here. We have a neglected sword. And a wooden shield. Adventurer's garb, a hood. And yeah, okay, that's pretty basic stuff. And F3 for map. Right. So we started at the forest ambush. We only have one route to go, which is why there's only one card to select. So sure. A friend in need. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Oh, hey there. Aha! I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers the sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack, I can conjure whatever your heart desires. My amulet. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could, if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag until his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. The goblin pulls out his last trinkets. An axe, a sword, or a shield. Go with the shield. Because I feel like the shield, unless I'm using a heavy weapon, the shield's just a good bet no matter what other weapon I find, right? Oh, I can actually back up. One-handed weapon required. Use defend to reflect attacks from ranged enemies. Alright. Requires 8 hits to crit. I'm assuming that's what the weapon ability C is. Riposte against Northerners. Riposte deals 150% damage and it's one-handed. Okay, and 15 damage. 21 damage, but it's heavy. Additional damage against armor. Against corrupted. Requires 5 hits for the crit. Yeah, let's go shield though.
A simple defense. You can do better given time.
Sure. A wise choice. Now I must go. There are many others I must visit before I can rest. The goblin runs off into the night, his fox wig flapping in the evening breeze. Nice. And she should have put it on automatically. Yeah. Got rolled shield only 4. Just rusty. Shield. Now we have shield reflect. Yeah. Cool. So we can head back to the forest ambush now? Or move on. What happens if I do go back? Oh, nothing. Alright. I'm assuming I'm just wasting time, so I'm probably gonna need food or something at some point.
This
Or not,
card
I don't
has
know.
a token. Can you find it?
It's right there. Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says they used to walk these woods, giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. As I dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, "Remember, if you meet the forest folk, get me a lemon cake." In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar. Do not worry, you will soon understand the nuances.
Yay! You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. It's been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token.
Cool. What's it do? Moving on.
Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all, or at least started it all for you.
The Royal Road. A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surrounded their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Whoever heard of a thief talk about fair shares, spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed someone. Days. The leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, "Keep me alive and there will be plenty of gold for your trouble." Gold cannot replace the amulet you stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation, and never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Give us your stuff or we'll stab you up, growls one of them. You consider your options. Fight. Shit. You draw your weapon to prepare to deal with the miscreants. Quickly perform a quick riposte by attacking immediately after defending an enemy attack. I'll try to remember that, sure. Yeah, blocked too early. Ooh. I keep blocking way too early. And if I don't attack like right after I block, they end up just getting another attack in. I'll get the hang of it eventually. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hand. The name is Malaclips. Bard extraordinaire. He smiles. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hands in surrender. Wait, let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. The greater good. No, really, they were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls an amulet from his pockets and presses it into your hands. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh? He opens a small satchel. So which one is yours? A bowl, sure. The ox amulet. That suits you. A very similar facial structure. Hey. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. Okay. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life. Oh god. Tell me, where are you from? I'm from... Oh, I see. I don't know, sure. Sure. Interesting, odd little thing we got there. Okay, sure. Interesting customization. I like that one. Sure. From Clearwater, eh? You don't say. Good threats from Clearwater. Very trusting. Oh, by the way, I mean we, friend. Owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Meyer Bridge together to appease him. Some gold might... Man, fuck this guy. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. He eyes a pretty trader hiking up the road, so it'd be best if you get the gold and I meet you there. I hate this guy. Alright, and soon we get a choice.
Smaller pieces of our fates shattered into fragments. Collect enough, and your reward will come in time.
Arm wrestling. I enter a competition of strength at a fair. A gold prize is available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a traveling troupe of acrobats. Oh boy. Click and hold to grab dice.
Are another small game embedded in our game.
Meta. Okay. Click and hold. Oh, I wish it would make like the dice jumbling sound when I do this. Ah. Piss. I don't think these skull things are good, right? I'll reroll those two. I'll keep the 5. Phew. I did it.
You are learning.
I beat the halfling, only just. Roland is no match for your strength. He gives a disappointed backflip off the table, cheers, and collects his meager winnings, then cartwheels out the door. Wow. You take your reward from the purser on the way out, the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize. Okay, well, let's go up and then back and we'll kind of bend around like that. I'm sure it'll consume a lot of food, but that's okay.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of? What concern is worrying at your mind? Let it fall into the waters beneath.
While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. 4 of Blight. You could stand and fight the fiends, or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. I mean, I gotta get better at combat. Worst case, I'll just die right away. I haven't made it very far. I'm sure it's okay. Yeah, I gotta get used to the combat. I keep trying to block like way too early. Bad habit. These are basically zombies. The first touches of corruption bring forth the darkest elements of their victims. Infected enemies are feeble, causing them to become knocked down when their health is low. Use a finisher before they recover. We'll just focus on one. One at a time. Left shift. Oh yeah, the crit thing. Right on. So I got a hit streak going. That one didn't get knocked down at all. Whoops. Okay, so these things they're a lot easier. The thugs were annoying because they would do that tackle thing mid-swing. Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search the bodies for anything useful. Some armory. Oh, an axe. Shit, okay. So I build my crit faster. 2 hits faster. Didn't that used to be 8? Oh no, the sort I could have gotten would have been 8. So it builds up to crit a bit faster, and it crits a little harder. It's not rusty. This new axe against corrupted enemies badge causes additional and additional damage to armored, and while they block. Susceptible to evade, but I cannot riposte. I mean, yeah, sure, it's stronger even. Cool. So let's head back down. Aw. Also hoping I could do the arm wrestling again. Alright, well.
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? May as well roll for it, sure. 6-2 and a skull thing. 8. I would need at least a 4. Yeah, let's re-roll that too. Oh. Alright.
The dice are fair, and thus you have lost this round.
Wah. Ugh. Sinister music, holy shit. It turns out she's Dracula. Oh, jeez. Why, thank you. Now, if you would be so kind to give me all of your gold, the woman draws a pair of concealed blades from her corset. Come on out, boys. You bitch. You have no time to react as a group of bandits spring from hiding. It's only 4 of them, though. But man, more bandits. So I can't riposte anymore. And the axe is susceptible to being evaded. Oh, it's a 2-handed. Oh, balls. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about the axe. Holy shit. C for, or no, F, shift for crit, that's right. Boom. Nice damage on it. And critting after 5 hits, significantly nicer. But I feel like I'm gonna miss the shield though, being able to deflect range attacks. With the thugs defeated, you search your bodies for valuables. Oh boy. Oh, rolling that way. Phew, nailed it. Find some food amongst their possessions. 3 food. And 3 food. Yeah, okay, fine.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper and wood statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizardman. That's what's going on, sure. A friendly stable hand explains, in a bygone age, our town was beset by half men, half lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beasts for little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honor the warrior like this. The statue is filled with food and gold, and we take turns smashing it to bits with a club. You're welcome to join us, and you may keep whatever falls out. Alright, sure. The parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing a statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. A local notices your interest and asks if you would like a turn. Sure. Ah, huge success. You bring the club down with a thunderous crack that silences the crowd. As the statue splits open, they erupt into a boisterous roar. Coins and sweets flow freely from the huge cavity you created. You savor the spoils and try to scoop them up before anyone else can. $5 gold. You scramble to gather the bounty that you unleashed. Would you like to try to gather more? Yeah, sure. Once more. We'll leave it at that, maybe. You leave the town celebrations with whatever you've gathered. Alright. Because it feels weird just like going in, smashing the thing and taking all of it. It's like, no, we'll leave them to it. Enjoy.
Here we come to the end of the beginning. Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
You arrive at Meyerбridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. You find... Mal, okay? You find Mal. Their name's Mal. Pursuing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah, if it isn't my good friend, the adventurer. Did you bring the gold? Vignes has arranged to meet at the graveyard. Keep exploring? Oh. I see. Okay, fine. Yeah. Go to the graveyard. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or for easy body disposal. Vignes greets Mal with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, with a lackey in tow. We had our debts, you know. Vignes cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well, no, Mal, convince me. What's to stop me cutting off your head today? You reveal your gold as Mal scrounges in his pockets for some too. Minus 45, oofed. The heavy satchel of riches lands at Vignes' feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. You lose 45 gold. That's our deal done, Mal says. Worry obvious in his voice. No need for any further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal. Hey! His name is Mal. I'm sorry, Mal. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. Vignes the Crazed. Treacherous and greedy, a dangerous combination. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is no use to you here. Alright, so let's... Oh, okay, and blocking certainly won't do anything. Try to go for him first. Oh god, this is gonna suck. Oh, we're fighting these dudes that do like a super riposte thing. I double blocked that time, that seemed to work out. Cool. I tried to double block again. Bad timing, I guess. Try just rolling. That seems to work a lot better against these guys. Nice. Yeah, I forgot about rolling. That's significantly nicer. But yeah, double block also works if you can get the timing right. Sort of a 1-2 type deal. Mal scratches his chin thoughtfully. It seems you could do with someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy, like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over an ale or two. With what gold, sir? I apparently don't get it back.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
Bastion of Purification. Oh, I get both. Oh. And a Cardinal Blade. Oh. Uh-huh. For befriending Mal. I like this music. It's nice music. I hope this isn't Kyber, and this is fucking nice. Shadow beasts have entered the realm. The peasant's son. A friend in need. We're finding the forest folk. The old maiden. Whole lot of cards we got.
Welcome to my challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
This dude takes his campaign super serious. So that was the Fool. Next up is the Magician. I have to do more to unlock the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Emperor. Okay, so we can either continue on with the campaign and do that, or we can do an adventure, which I think this would be building my own, perhaps. Oh, these are the DLC. Ah, okay. And Endless? Complete 5 challenges to unlock. Okay, sure. And if I were to select a Fool... Right. Companions locked. But encounters, I could put down the encounters, yeah. So yeah, you put down the cards and you just encounter them at random throughout. Okay. But it looks like to get to the real meat of the game, we might have to complete all the challenges. Which is all of this. So I guess we move on to the Magician.
Nothing here is coincidence. The answer to every question is in the cards, if you but look.
So the Companion is a trick, that's all we've got. Magic Shield, Respin Wheel, and Ranged Magic. Alright, yeah, sure.
Mages are my children. This one, however, I would rather disown.
Encounters. Token and Unknown. Shard, gain gold and dice. Well, that was okay. Arm wrestling wasn't too bad. A lot of these we have no idea. That was kind of a cool encounter. The damsel was a cool encounter. I feel like we should throw some more tokens in. So we'll go with oh, we'll do that. That's fine. I can't add any more because we're full. Okay. And equipment wise, obviously All of it. That's all we've got. Rescue the missing Empire soldiers from a town plagued with corruption. A growing scourge. Prepare to fight the corrupted. Lose gold for every Empire killed. I see. Okay. If I were to short myself with equipment, let's just put away this blade. Are we cool to go? No, we're not. Okay, fine. For now, not a lot to choose from, but I can see where it's going.
A casual call to heroism. How many adventures start thus? For 100 years I have thought about nothing but the game. I was defeated. It is true. I became complacent long before then. I thought I knew everything about the game and what it could be. Now you see before you the extent of my research. I have crafted this game anew.
And inventory-wise, yeah, we start with just the rusted shit again, huh? Alright. Sure. Let's go with that axe, though. Because the roll seems pretty nice. I'm sure I could roll with the sword and shield too, but I mean, more damage and stuff. And I don't need to perhaps block, although I could still block with the axe. I don't know, okay? Your conversation with the fur trader is interrupted as Mal arrives in a flurry. The whispers speak of trouble at the edge of the Empire. The town of Westwind. Westwind? Yeah, Westwind. Is suffering from the blight. Learn more? What makes it special? I've traveled far to escape the oppression of the Empire. Westwind gave me freedom, and I intend to return the favor. A small garrison is meant to be protecting the town, but apparently they're all either dead, missing, or drunk. Where is it? It sits on the outer edge of the Empire. While the Emperor focuses on the capital, its nobles and merchants, those at the fringes are neglected. Okay, let's do it. You return to the markets and ask if any traders headed to Westwind might need an escort. There are 3 options: a stonemason, a food wagon, and a weaponsmith. I mean, weapons and food are like the most straightforward and obvious choices. I'm curious about stonemason though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all my food, but I don't know. Stonemason. I hitch an uneventful ride with a stonemason. Oh, okay, just money. Sure. You arrive at the town of Westwind. To defend the town, you'll need to locate as many Empire soldiers as you can before the blight invades. 0 soldiers rescued.
Reaches too far. The North has gone from a loose collection of tribes to something to truly fear.
You find some Imperial soldiers strung out by Northerners. Fight to free them, pay to free them, or leave. We'll fight. I don't have that much gold. I ready my weapon. One-handed weapons are recommended against Northerners. You can change equipment in the inventory. Fine. I'll go one-handed. But why though? Additional defense from a shield is useful against Northerners. Oh. Okay, fine.
Let us see if the mage can help you here.
He looks a little bit like Big Clive. Mal, a magician, a jester, and a vagabond. When activated, Mal casts a protective spell on you that can block a single hit. An R's companion. Okay.
Else, I'll get a song out of this.
Look out, Mal. Oh shit. So red I can't block? It's quickly finish this guy off. Oofed. Okay. Yeah, I need to roll out of the way of that. There's no blocking that. Yeah, rolling's just so much easier to do. Because you don't get much time to react, and you don't know if it's going to be a green or a red attack because they both have a big wind-up to it. Ow, though. Very ow.
Like a compass, it indicates the truth of all directions.
But we got the Cardinal Blade that we threw in. Nice. So it takes a little longer to build up a crit, but fires blades in 8 directions when activated. Blades cause 20 damage or 40 damage to corrupted. Oh. Okay. Armor Breaker, it does the cool bash thing. And it can riposte. And Shard. 18 damage and Shard. I'm not sure what the shards are all about. Gain 2 recruits. Yay. Ow.
At what point does honor bend to pragmatism?
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you could do? As target 14. Let's try it. Let's do this. Something pair of shoes. Ugh. Pwah. Thank you. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Yay! Yay! Fucking awesome. So it's neat because you don't know, like, you know generally what the outcomes can and can't be, but you don't know when you get them, which is kind of interesting. And depending on how many cards there are, you may or may not actually... Oh no, you'd probably still remember Damsel in Distress type thing with the wagon and all that. You might always remember that. I don't know. It's really interesting though.
In my day, thieves kept their distance. None would pickpocket a mage for fear of failure, or worse, success.
The Market Bazaar is a hive of activity. Traders from across the lands call out to passerby to sell their wares. As the sun beats down on the crowded street, you pause briefly to draw water from a fountain. You feel something tug on the inside of your tunic. Turning quickly, you discover a pickpocket making off with some of your belongings. Aww. You jump to your feet and catch a glimpse of the thief as they weave through the crowd. Oofed. 50% chance of failure here. Success. Oh, alright, you sighed. Keep your darn stuff, the thief mutters as they drop your belongings to the ground. As you gather up your things, the thief runs off back into the crowd. Aw.
Commerce thrives in even the most unusual of locations.
The shopkeeper nods as you enter. Adventurer, how is the world out there? I can't sell the rusty stuff, so there's no sense. Buying food, I don't currently really need. I guess I'll look at buy equipment. There's that bastion of purification. I guess I'll do that. Damaging defense. Because I've got a cool sword, so let's get the cool shield with it. Use defend to block attacks from ranged enemies. Reduces movement speed by 10%. That's no problem, though. Defend causes 30% of my weapon damage to attackers against corrupted. Alright.
Shield in more ways than one.
Defense 4. Oh, yeah.
Well, that may help you on the road ahead.
So I wonder if that defense number indicates how strong of an attack it can actually block. So if I've got something that's just 1 defense, a lot of attacks are going to be red, but if it's a really high defense, some attacks that would have otherwise been red are now green. Or maybe I just straight up take less damage now if I fail to block. I don't know. And I guess I'll buy maybe some food? Yeah, no. 1 food for 4, 3 food for 10, 10 food for 30. Yeah, alright. Well, shit, this general store card. Pretty awesome thing to have. Hopefully you don't get it, like, right at the start, but I guess if you do, you can buy equipment, or if you get it toward the end, you can buy food or healing, so... Shit, always put this in your deck. What a cool card. Hopefully I get that.
Here we begin to see one of the small ways I've changed the game. Each challenge differs both in their rules and their objectives. Even those cards which were once the stairs now vary per challenge, as you will see.
Okay. The Westwind Tower bell chimes feverishly. The town crier bellows, "There's corrupted inside the town. They broke through the sewers and into Laos Lane. Our brave soldiers have gone down there to sort it out." You arrive to find Westwind's few remaining soldiers huddled at the entrance of its poorest area, Laos Lane. "We cannot let the corruption spread. For the good of the town, we must dispose of anyone who has been tainted, even a little." Join the soldiers. There's no reason to keep exploring. May as well go for it. And it's only 3 corrupted dudes. 3 of us versus 3 of them. And also the trickster, which I'm still trying to figure out the follower thing. I'm not really sure on that. Like, every time I pushed a button, he casts a spell? Damn. Dude, I am fancy.
By sea and sun, fate and fame.
You can do a finisher from like miles away. With the corrupted threat removed, you've ensured that those soldiers survive to aid the town's defense. 3 recruits gained. Those soldiers help you scavenge what you can from the remains of the poor souls taken by the corruption. Yay! Cool. So next map. I figured there'd be more. That's a different layout.
A vampire cannot cross running water. These days you must deal with far more mundane opposition.
The villainous band, 3 greed, and 4 blight. Oof. Alright, let's try it. Oof. This time it's the shield.
Gentlemen, please. We can work this out. Get them!
Shit. Let's go here and use it. Nice. Man. I just kept fucking up with that one. Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search the bodies for anything useful. Ooh. One equipment from 2. Don't know about that, because I really like the AoE that I've got, so I guess just the shield. Defend 30 attacks from enemies to unlock this token. Whoops. I meant to close that. Okay. Defend 30 attacks from enemies. Oofed. I don't want to equip that though. Do you have a token for me to unlock? No. Okay. Still not entirely sure what the tokens are. Activate the ability 10 times to unlock this shard. Okay, those don't have anything. Requires 3 defense. Charge bash causes a short stun. Defend attacks to charge and extend the stun. Ah, so that's why you wouldn't want to just roll all the time. Things begin to make more sense.
They place themselves in these dire positions, and then expect a hero to come rescue them when things become too much.
While patrolling the outskirts of Westwind, you hear the clash of steel and the unmistakable groan of the corrupted. Your investigation leads you to a distressed nobleman perched on the roof of his carriage. Thank the gods, I was heading to tea with the Duke Gilbert when we were ambushed. My footmen left me here to fight them off, but the brawl has now dispersed into the forest. The noble peers fearfully at the tree line. If you stay here and protect me, I can pay 25 gold. It's a noble, but... Yeah, at least those soldiers can defend themselves a bit, right? I mean, they're the main objective. Oh, great maker, thank you. You linger near the nobleman's carriage in case the corrupted reappear. Just beyond the trees, you can hear the blood-curdling sounds of combat. Screams and shouts echo long into the night. You wait, but no soldiers return from the battle. The nobleman climbs inside his carriage, curls into a ball, and sobs uncontrollably. He will not be moved or roused. Well, I think we lost a few soldiers there. I mean, you still have 5 rescued, but... Oofed.
They got themselves into this mess. I don't see why you should get them out.
3 of Frost, 3 Northerners. You find some Imperial soldiers strung up by Northerners. Fight to free them. I got the health still. I'll pay if I'm like low on health, so pretty much after this combat probably, because Northerners. Although with my newfound ability of rolling, shouldn't be too bad, I think, right? Combo attacks. Use riposte with single-handed weapons to deal extra damage immediately after I defend. Right.
I hope this works.
Okay, so their timing's not too bad. Oops. Whew. I got lucky there. Okay, you gotta be really quick with it. Yeah, riposte is literally just like, you know, black attack. Immediately after, you don't get much time. But alright. Soldier's sword. Nothing to unlock there. No, I would not. With the Northerners dead, you free the soldiers. 2 recruits.
Now your chance presents
Oh,
itself.
shit.
At last, stand in the defense of the peasantry. What noble traits you display already.
Atop Westwind Town Hall is a large bell tower. It's used to signal the day's end for the workers in the mines and surrounding fields, but now it will summon Westwind's defenders. Do you wish to summon the soldiers you have recruited? Let's search for more, though. I retreat from the bell tower in Westwind to search for more recruits. I'll be right back. Another store. I'll sell the soldier sword and the shield. Buy equipment. Nothing new there. But this shield has a token that I can lock. Right, defend yeah. Right. I guess buy healing. Get me topped off a little bit here. Nearly. Okay.
Your companion has his own story to tell.
I know.
We must wonder if this is a tale of a hero or a villain.
You also sort of forget which cards you put in. You find him sitting on a blanket by the sewer gates. You can't tell whether he's a goblin, a human, or animate pile of greasy rags. A few wilted daisies and duckweed tied with rope are flopped on the ground around him. Merc! Mal calls to the creature, arms outstretched. I have a favor to ask of you, my handsome friend. The greasy goblin man raises his hand to stop the bard's prattle. 10 gold first, you know that. Ugh, fine, whatever. God damn it, Mal. Merc, old bean, the bard looks furtively around before quickly waving at his shoulder. I require help in removing a certain illness. Merc considers Mal for a while. That kind of information costs more than a few coins. He splutter indignantly. I will require at least a test. I will require a test of skill from him. He turns and points at you. Pick a flower and eat it. The greasy florist displays his meager wares. Mal nods as if this were a fair request. Let's go for a forget-me-not. Flower tastes pleasantly of berries and grass. Oh boy. Nailed it. Oh my god. Annihilated that forget-me-not. I feel a little starry-eyed. Quick, what day is it? Mal and Merc wait urgently for your answer. Today is a good day. The florist and the bard exchange an approving glance. Merc nods, happy with the results. He beckons Mal closer. Of those of us left, you should seek Ira of the Vale. She may know something of the cure. Last I heard, she's hiding out in the underneath.
Let us discover what the next chapter in our dear bard's tale
Yay.
will be.
Oh no, not her. Mal straightens his neck shawl nervously. The greasy goblin man giggles maniacally. Yes, her. She'll likely eat your bones before she lets you speak. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to run. With that, Mal's associate turns away and hurls a bouquet at a shocked passerby. Flowers, fresh flowers. Buy 'em or I'll eat your eyes. Oh, wow. And the last card here, arm wrestling.
You are strong, clever, wise. The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
In the second round of the competition, you sit opposite of the aged frame of Huntley Toothless. He boasts about once being a silencer for the Thieves Guild. Oh, balls. Alright, reroll those. I'm tempted just to reroll everything. A 3's not that great. Whew, but it was just enough. Huntley crumples in defeat almost instantly. You're lucky I'm not 20 or 30 years younger, he says, grumbling. You take a reward from the purser on the way out the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize. Alright, then we move on. Back up here.
Another chance to redeem yourself. Let's see how you handle it this time.
As night cloaks Westwind, you sense the corruption rising from the shadows all around you. You survey any soldiers you've managed to recruit. 4 and 3. You've gathered a large group of soldiers to defend the town. Here's hoping you won't need any more. The Terror of Blight and 4 and 3 Blight. You must survive till morning when Imperial reinforcements arrive. Let's give a rousing speech. Oh god. Oh god. The soldiers appear unmoved by our words and remain tense and fearful. Well, it's worth a shot. It's alright though. I can handle corrupted. And a lot of corrupted, as long as I don't blow my crit, shouldn't be too bad. Because that does a lot of damage. Terror of Westwind. As the final vestiges of humanity are erased, the terror wakes. Use Bash to break the terror's corrupted armor and defeat it with a finisher before it regenerates. Oh shit. Alright.
With all these soldiers, you don't think you could have left me at home?
Finish that guy. Finish this one. And finish this one. Roll down here. Alright, so we have to use Bash. Bash was a black break. Don't think you can do that. Q artifact. I think I had to block a bunch, right? Whoops.
By sea and sun, fate and feign!
Just chip away at him. Oh shit. Go for that. Nah, doesn't do anything. Okay. Finisher. Oh, big damage, but not enough to kill him. Nice. We heard him just a bit while doing the bashing thing. Okay, I think 2 soldiers died though.
A mighty creature of chaos felled by your power. Does it satisfy you, this bloodshed?
Oh yeah, it does.
Knowing those you destroy were once simple peasants
I don't
going
care.
about their day.
Not my peasants. Once a corrupted behemoth falls, the rest of the minions flee, their spirits broken. The soldier erupts in tears, praising your valor. You can rest until morning, ready to greet the reinforcements with the town already saved.
The magician returns to the deck, but now we only begin our stories of fate, folly, and magic. Do not think I'm satisfied with this, but at least we have a place to begin. Now you have learned the simplest of ways to build your deck. Each challenge will provide its own unique trials. Here are some more tools to keep you in good stead.
Oh my god. We're saving the town of Westwind. Man-eating tree. Hooah. For convincing Merc to help Mal? The underneath. Alright.
As you play, you will find more options open to you. Should you find yourself blocked or overly challenged, take the time to explore the board.
Oh,
Unlocking
sure.
cards will give you options you have not yet considered.
There's more challenges unlocking also. Oh, what an interesting game though. I really like the concept of it. Combat takes a little bit to get used to, but it's fairly basic, but not too bad. The Steam reviews sort of bash the game on its really simplistic combat, although December of 2017, I think they had a big update that came out like just to revise the combat. And people are sort of torn on that. Some hate it, some still hate it, some love it. I don't mind it too much. It's pretty basic, it is what it is. But I can absolutely see you just getting into this for the story and all that. I like the variety, I like how different it is. I wouldn't mind playing more of this. Let me know what you guys think. I'm absolutely in the market for some other deck building RPGs. Cool example, like Guild of Dungeoneering is a really interesting game that I quite enjoy, although I'd like something that's, I don't know, a little more than that perhaps. I don't really know how to describe it. So let me know if you know of anything to check out there. But this is pretty interesting.